Hello, everyone. For this review, we've got the Star Wars Retro Collection for Ahsoka. This wave's been out for a while, but just now getting a chance to review these. There are 7 figures in the set. It's almost impossible to display them all at once, so we're going to go over the heroes and then go over the villains for packaging, and then we'll take a look at all of them together out of the box. So, also, these guys do not stand up very well on their own, so I've got them kind of leaned up against something at the moment. So we'll start off with Ahsoka. Some really nice photography for the package. We had a Ahsoka in a previous wave in one of the Mandalorian waves. So I'm curious to see in person what's different about the two of them. I'm sure the sculpts are the same, but there's probably some different coloring or something. So yeah, this is looking nice so far. The backs of these are pretty generic, so I won't show you the backs for every single one because it's going to look exactly the same. It's got all the names on the back for the wave, and that's it. It's not like the old school where there'd be like pictures of figures on the back. So that's Ahsoka. And I will go over Sabine. Sabine's looking pretty good. The artwork is nice. The photography looks nice. And I like the green they used for the background and the bubble. Which brings us to Hera. And because her skin is green, they got this nice purple background for the title and behind the figure. The photography looks good on that. And then finally, we have Chopper, and looking pretty cool. He's got the sticker style torso, very simplified droid head to go along with the vintage R2. This photography looks like it might be a composite, but nevertheless, it looks pretty good. So that is the heroes. So we'll go over the bad guys next. So we've got Merrick. The photography on him looks really nice. And he's got a cloth cape or sash or whatever that's supposed to be. And these guys do not want to stand up. Next, we've got Morgan Elsbeth, and she looks pretty good. Got a little splash of silver on the belt. And then we've got the HK-87 Assassin Droid. His photography looks pretty good too. So that's the packaging. Let's get them out and go over the figures in a little bit more depth. Okay, so here we have them out of the package, and we'll start off with Chopper. He is very simplified, so he does have some paint, actually a good bit of different paint apps on the head, but none of this stuff moves. The feet do not move, just like the original R2. He's got stickers on the back also. The wheel does come out like the old Kenner R2 leg from the Droid Factory. So he is appropriately vintage. Just to kind of show him with this is a retro R2, not an original, but you know, basically same figure. He achieves a very similar look. If anything, maybe they gave him a little too much paint here and there, but I think he would have looked weird without this extra detail on the head. But where R2, the original's got the blue on the side, he's just got some silver accents here and there on the side. So I think that's okay. With Ahsoka, this is the same mold as the original that was released. There are... he keeps falling. We'll talk about him in a moment. I was gonna say there are some differences, but actually I don't think there are. Like looking at them, they have the same color scheme. Yeah. One thing that will be different though is the new one comes with this robe or poncho hood, however you want to call it. So this is going to be, I guess, the preferred method to display her in. So that makes her different. Plus, if you didn't get the version from uh, Mandalorian, then now's your chance to get one with a poncho. All right, next we've got Hera. Hera's not been out before, so this pretty sure this is all new body. I don't think this is shared with anybody. She holds her blaster well. That's good. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit better here. Got that Rebel Alliance painted on the sides. I don't know what that is. Probably the ghost. She's got an emblem on her jacket. So I think that passes pretty good for a vintage figure. Um, Sabine. Sabine's looking good. She's got a lot of color on her, but the character has a lot of color. I don't think it is overly colored though. I think she's got there's just the right amount of paint apps, although she does have the sculpted in lightsaber. That's kind of weird. So you're gonna give her a lightsaber to hold. She's got a lightsaber already dangling. But you know what? Bespin Luke was like that too. So okay, that's fine. She does have a helmet. She's got a small head because of that helmet, but that's very Kenner. And then she has her guns. Sorry, let me put her guns in real quick. And this copy that I have, her shoulder joints are really tight. I think I need to heat them up to try to move them. I don't want to try to force it and tear the plastic, but she looks nice. Okay, so those are the heroes. So let's talk about HK47. He looks nice. One foot is a little bit longer than the other, and it doesn't have an action feature. So you could, separate the feet a little bit and maybe help pose it. Um, but it might just be my copy. I don't know. But that's one thing that's weird. There's lots of people that sell stands on the internet. I get these stands off of Amazon. Just look for clear Star Wars figure stands, and that will solve any figures that are, falling over or prone to fall over. Elsbeth is very well done. Um, Good paintwork on the face and likeness, I think, is pretty decent. Her legs do articulate in the Kenner style. It's unfortunate she doesn't have that sword that she had at the end of the series, but they did the exact same thing for the Black series too. So I guess they just didn't know she was going to have that. And then finally we have Merrick. He's got a nice lightsaber. I think this is the same one. I can't remember her name from the Obi-Wan series. I think this is the exact same lightsaber. He's got this nice cloth sash, cape, whatever you want to call it. And the sculpting is particularly nice with this one. All right. So I'm gonna put Obi-Wan out here, and I think these pass pretty well for vintage figures. It's always kind of, hit or miss how close they get to the mark with making them look like the originals, because the design techniques were different back in the day. But I think these look nice. Another thing, really didn't talk about it much, but the paper is slowly getting better. Like, it's not GI Joe retro card where it's like super thick paper, but it's not like the original retro series cards that came out years and years ago where they almost felt like barely like card cardstock. So they're doing a lot more with these. Um, and at the time of this recording, it is May 3rd, and Hasbro just announced another round of retro carded figures for episode 2 and episode 3. And I've been looking forward to getting those. So we now have a complete collection of vintage figures for all the movies. So who would have ever imagined we'd be in a time where that was a thing? So definitely recommend these. I mean, they're not super articulated, but if you grew up with the originals, you'll want these. If you like nostalgic stuff, you'll want these. Because they're simple, they're great little pieces to have displayed on your desk. They don't take much effort to mess around with and pose. So another good reason to pick them up. So let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching, and please tune in to more videos coming up. Thank you.